Outlaw was released for the arcade in 1976. It included a light gun that you had to draw and shoot at an opposing gunfighter. It was ported to the Atari 2600 in 1978, only 1 year after the console's release. In this version, you'll control a stick figure firing horizontally, as opposed to a light gun game. In one-player mode, you'll shoot a moving target, and in two-player mode, you'll battle another stick figure, which kinda sucks if you don't have anyone else to play with very often. I mean, shooting targets is alright, but it would be nice to have the option to battle a computer opponent. It would make for a much more satisfying gaming experience. So the basic objective is to shoot your opponent more times than he shoots you. The first to 10 wins. Or if it's target practice, you're trying to hit the moving target 10 times as quickly as you can. The counter will keep track of how many times the target hits the walls. So basically you're aiming for that number to be as low as possible. You have 3 trajectories of fire: straight ahead, down diagonal, or up diagonal. Each of the diagonal shots are meant to ricochet off the walls and hit your target. You move around slowly, and your sprite is pretty big, so you'd think you'd have a pretty easy time getting hits. But there are obstacles in the middle of the screen to keep things from getting too simple, whether it's a cactus, a wall that scrolls, or a stagecoach that either stays still or passes by continuously. There are some other variations you can choose too, like blowaway mode, where your bullets will blow holes in the obstacles in the middle. Getaway mode, which will allow you to move while your bullet is still traveling. Ordinarily it's not. And 6-shooter mode, where you each get 6 bullets, and when you run out, you won't get a reload until your opponent uses up all of his bullets too. Outlaw isn't much to look at. It's very blocky and plain, which isn't surprising given that it's an early 2600 game. But even with the ancient graphics and simple gameplay, you'd be surprised at how much you could get with so little. It's a slow-paced shooter, so it's definitely not for everyone, and the single-player mode is quite bland, but it's got enough variation in multiplayer mode to make for a fun battle.